Hello student. Today we are going to learn about the second chapter of your math class, math book. So the name of the second chapter is Polynomials. Now, actually this is new term for you. What do you mean by polynomials? So in lower classes you have studied about algebraic expression. So algebra, that means we come across a variable. For example, x. So what is x? Actually, this is a variable. X is a variable. You may, instead of x, you may get y, you may get z. Actually, x, y, z. So these later represent variables. So along with variable, you may get some number before that x, that is 5. You may get here 1. Yeah, you may get here 1 by 2. Or you may get here minus 3. Actually, so this is an algebraic expression. This is also an algebraic expression. This is also an algebraic expression. But here, one thing is common here: x, z, x, y, and z. So these are variables, and the number which appears before variable, they are called actually coefficient. You just remember, boys, guys, they are called coefficient. So here, 5 is coefficient of x. Here 1 by 2 is the coefficient of y, and minus 3 is the coefficient of z. So actually these are algebraic expression. Now we are talking about the same algebraic expression. So in under what condition a given algebraic expression becomes polynomials? So it's written here, any algebraic expression having 0 or, so 0 or positive integer as power of variable. So that means the power of variable can be 0 or it can be positive integer. Under this situation, the given algebraic expression is called polynomials. So uh, I think you have understood that polynomials is nothing. It is an algebraic expression having the power of variable is 0 or positive integers. So for example, 5x square. Now you can see. First, you just identify the variable. So what is variable here? X. What is the power? 2. Yes, 2 is positive integer. Now this algebraic expression is polynomials. This algebraic expression is polynomials. Let us take another example also. 2x square plus 3x power 1 plus 4. Now here we have variable repeating two times. Here x to the power 2, here x to the power 1. Now if you see the power 1 and 2, both are positive integers. So this algebraic expression is also a polynomials. Now, but remember one thing, what happens if the power of variable is negative? Then like 5x to the power minus 3. Now you just uh, now this time we have negative 3 as a power of x. So this is not regarded as a polynomials. Sometime we have fraction also, 5 x to the power 1 by 2. So is it polynomials? No, this is also not a polynomials. That means if power of variable is negative number or it is a fraction, then that algebraic expression is not considered as a polynomials. It must have 0 or it must have positive integers. Mm. Now let's come to different types of polynomials. So I have written the three different types. First one is monomials, having only one term; binomial, having two terms; and trinomials, having three terms. Here mono means one term, bino means two terms, and tri means three terms. So if I uh, take this monomials, you can see this one, 5x square. How many terms are here? Only one terms. So 5 multiply with x square. Actually, this is a single term. So the polynomials having single term is called monomials. You can take another example also. 1 by 2 x. So 1 by 2 multiply with x. This is also regarded as a single term. So this also comes under monomials. Now let's come to binomials. So in binomials, we have two terms. So if I combine these two terms, what happens? Now let's see, 2x square. Now how to combine these two terms? So either you can use plus sign or minus sign. That means we are adding these two terms or we are subtracting these two terms. So I'm going to write here plus sign 1 by 2x. Now remember, this is a single polynomials having two terms. So this is first term and this one is second term. So two terms are there. So this comes under binomials. Similarly, in trinomials, we have three terms. So let me write these two terms only first. 5x square. Uh, Now I have combined it by plus sign. Now you can use minus sign also, but you cannot use division or multiplication sign. So I'll read plus sign 1 by 2x plus I'll add one more term, that is 6. Now here we have three terms, 1, 2, and this is 3. So three terms. So this polynomials is called trinomials, and so on. Now this is the basic classification of polynomials. We'll classify polynomials on the basis of the number of terms. If it is one, yeah, monomials. Two terms in a polynomial, binomials. Three terms in a given polynomials, trinomials. So similarly, it may have four terms, five terms, six terms. So in fact, there's an infinite, there's a long number of terms may have in a given polynomials. But this is not necessary to study here. So we'll stop up to here only. So let me introduce one important concept in polynomials. So it is actually degree of a polynomials. So this is new term again, degree of a polynomials. So what is degree of a polynomials? The highest power of variable in a given polynomials. So that means we are given a polynomials and just see the highest power of variable, then that highest power of variable is called the degree of that polynomials. So here I have written four different polynomials and we are going to check what is the degree of each polynomials. Now let's see first one. So here we have x one time. So your power of x is 1. So there is no x here. So you can assume the power of x is 0. So remember, if there is a number only, there is no x term, then you can assume x power 0, uh, x power 0. So here power of x is 0, your power of x is 1. So which is the highest? 1 is the highest. So degree of the first this polynomials is 1. So you can write in short form, degree equals to 1. Now see the second polynomials. So we have a power of x here 2, your power of x 1, your power of x you can assume 0. So 0, 1 and 2. So 2 is the highest. So I am looking for the highest power. So 2 is the highest. So degree of this polynomials is 2. So degree in short form d is equals to 2. Similarly, if you see the third polynomials, so here power of x 0, power of x 1, power of x 2, power of x 3. So among 0, 1, 2 and 3, so 3 is the highest. So degree of this polynomial is 3. Similarly, last one, if you see the power of x. Now just remember, we are always look for the power of x. So here power of x is 4, power of x 3, power of x 2, power of x1, here power of x0. So among all these one, 4 is the highest. So degree of this last polynomials is 4. So uh, I hope how to see how to find out the degree of given polynomials. Now on the basis of degree of a polynomials, they can be classified in many ways. So here uh, this polynomials has degree 1, so it is called linear polynomials. It is called linear polynomials. So last time we classified polynomials on the basis of number of terms. Definitely this polynomials has two terms. So 5x one term and 3 as another term. So altogether it has two terms. So this is a binomials. But this time we are classifying polynomials not on the basis of number of terms, rather we'll use the degree to classify. So here degree is 1, that is why this is called linear polynomials. So similarly for this polynomials degree is 2, which is called quadratic polynomials. For this one degree is 3, cubic polynomials. And last one having degree 4 is called biquadratic biquadratic polynomials. So this is again types of polynomials. So till now you have understood what is polynomials, what are the condition to be up to become algebraic expression of polynomials, and what are the different types of polynomials. So actually we took two different ways to classify the polynomials. First one is number of terms. By looking simply number of terms, you can classify it as a monomials, binomials, trinomials, like that. And by just looking at the degree, we can classify them into linear, quadratic, cubic, and biquadratic polynomials. Now, besides this degree of polynomials, now it should be clear to you what do you mean by coefficient. So I have already told you how to choose the coefficient. So which term is your x term? So before x, which number is there? 5. So 5 is called coefficient of x. 5 is called coefficient of x. So similarly here, what is the coefficient of x? Here coefficient of x. Here x is there, -3. So what is the coefficient of x here? X is here, -11. Here +6. Now similarly, here 2 is the coefficient of x power 4. So 2 is coefficient of x power 4. Here 3 is coefficient of x power 3. So you just look for a number which is before variable. That number is called coefficients. But that variable may have power 1. That variable may be power of 2. So it doesn't make any difference. So here power is 1. That is why this is 5 is coefficient of x. Here x square. Power is 2. So here 1 is there. Actually you have to assume 1. 1 is the coefficient of not x, it is 1 is the coefficient of x square. Okay, I think you have understood the concept of coefficient also. Uh, so this much for today. In next class, we are going to talk about uh, the values of polynomials at given number.